The Midnight Visitor. Derek, a young aspiring writer, had always been fascinated with the paranormal. He had a knack for uncovering stories of haunted places, and his latest obsession was an abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town known as Widow's Manor. Legend had it that the house was cursed, and whoever dared to spend the night there never came back the same. Determined to prove his bravery and uncover the truth, Derek decided to spend the night at Widow's Manor. He packed his camera, voice recorder, and a journal, and set out on a moonless night, the mist enveloping the mansion like a shroud. As Derek entered the house, he felt an oppressive presence weighing down on him. The air was heavy with a musty odor, and the walls seemed to whisper as he walked through the dark corridors. He set up his equipment in the grand ballroom, the room with the most chilling stories attached to it. As the clock struck midnight, Derek began his investigation. He asked questions into the darkness, hoping for a response. But it was when he reviewed the recordings that he found something chilling. In the midst of his questions, a sinister voice responded, "Get out!" Derek's heart raced, but his curiosity got the best of him. He couldn't resist delving further into the mystery of Widow's Manor. He decided to spend the night in one of the bedrooms, hoping to capture more evidence of the paranormal. As he lay in bed, Derek heard footsteps outside his room. He grabbed his flashlight and followed the sound, but no one was there. He felt a cold breeze, though the windows were closed, and the temperature dropped drastically. Derek's fear escalated, but he couldn't bring himself to leave. In the middle of the night, he heard whispers echoing through the halls. He followed the voices, but they seemed to lead him deeper into the mansion. He found himself in the basement, where he saw a shadowy figure standing in the corner. The figure turned towards him, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Derek's heart pounded as he tried to communicate with the figure, but it only emitted a bone-chilling laughter. He realized he was in the presence of something malevolent. With a surge of fear, he turned and ran towards the exit, feeling a cold, unseen force chasing him. As Derek burst out of the mansion, he felt a sense of relief, but the horrors he had witnessed haunted him for days. He reviewed the recordings from that night, and to his horror, he heard the sinister voice again, this time saying, "You will never leave." From that night on, Derek was never the same. He was plagued by nightmares, and the mansion seemed to cast a shadow over his every waking moment. He became reclusive, unable to shake off the darkness that had consumed him. The mystery of Widow's Manor remained unsolved, and Derek learned the hard way that some truths are better left buried in the shadows of the unknown.